Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say tonight? Okay, I'm already seeing some clear images here. And so, our card for tonight is the Seven of Wands, which has to do with valor. This is kind of all about being brave, being true to self. Sorry, I'm looking at this image right here. And devotion, being devoted to your path. Okay. Sometimes I am mesmerized by how interesting and intricate these look. Okay, so let's start off with this one, which is so funny because, and now I can't remember exactly what reading it was. Maybe Sagittarius, maybe Capricorn, I don't know. I can't remember. But last night I did a reading and we had a person on a bicycle or like a little kind of moped or something. And now on this one, we once again have somebody now wearing a little hat. It looks like they're on maybe a motorcycle or a bicycle, and they're going pretty fast because you can see there is kind of these movement marks. So I think you were really on the move. You were just going. I feel like you're really in the flow. You know, I believe that this is related to other readings that we've done recently, but I really feel like you are focused on the work at hand. You are just in the zone. You're not being influenced by any outside energy or opinion. And I truly believe this is the case because we have this kind of little tree on an island right here. And we have right next to it a person that looks like they could be wearing maybe like a cape, and they have like a little hat. It reminds me of maybe like a medieval Hermes or Mercury, the god of movement and crossroads and communications, messages. Okay, so I feel like you are really receiving a lot of inspiration from the universe. You are taking all of that beautiful creativity, putting it in the pocket right over your heart, tucking it away, and just headed to that little island that you have by yourself so you can, you know, focus. You have no external stimuli that is kind of out of your control. And I really feel like, once again, we're just cruising with it. It seems like you are really kind of on a journey recently. And I think you've really gotten onto something. You're very aligned with whatever it is that you have been working with, whatever it is that you are kind of receiving all of this inspiration from. And I really don't feel like anything's going to break you from this kind of hyper focus. I think that, and I don't think that this is a bad thing. I also feel like, and because we have this person in movement, and this is kind of another theme of the readings, is that you also have the motivation to execute these concepts, these ideas. You really are about the work. You are really, I think, focused on making resources, but also, and most importantly, being being able to create, right? To bring your passions into the physical world. See the things that you care about become something. And, you know, if this is artistic or if this is kind of a business or, you know, you're implementing things within your position at work, you know, whatever it is. Even, and I know we have a lot of people here who are retired, who are kind of out of the work cycle, or you are kind of like I am, a stay-at-home parent, you know, working on projects, getting things done. And that feels nice. It feels good to kind of lift yourself out of kind of the, you know, the tedium of every day, just kind of getting through the day. And of course, we all have those, you know, we have those days and we have those weeks and we sometimes have those years, don't we? But I feel like you've been broken of that. And you are definitely in a place where things are kind of coming together for you. Now, this one is maybe my favorite symbol here. And we have a person who is holding a wand. And it looks like they're kind of aiming it at this emotional and metaphysical, spiritual zone. So I truly believe you are in that kind of deep world creating. You have your magic tools out and you are, you know, conceiving of and birthing those wild ideas that you have, those creative inclinations. They are coming together. And I see that we have a boot right here, and I feel like that is very representative of you doing the footwork. Okay, so you are not only and I think Pisces, you all are dreamers. Okay, you kind of take things a little slower, probably. You like to contemplate. Sometimes I think you have a lot of ideas and it's not always easy to kind of get everything sorted out and aligned with you having the time, ability, and motivation to do something, to really begin a project or a process. But I think that you're definitely there right now. You have it's like the stars are aligned in favor of Pisces for sure. And I'm interested to know, what are you all working on? Because it truly feels like something so important. Like, it seems to me like there is something that has been really life-changing for you. I feel like it's almost like you look at yourself in the mirror and you think, I am in a new era of my being. I have, you know, begun to overcome whatever kind of, maybe like a bit of a rut that you were in before. You know, you're really taking the power into your own hands. There's a lot of growth. And, I mean, you've been so resilient. I mean, I think that that is something that's going to be important going forward, because you are building upon this beautiful work that you're doing. And I think it will become more and more expansive. And so while you are, you know, you can't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to do it all at once, of course, but taking on things incrementally, adding things to your plate as you feel like you can handle all of that. I think that resilience that you have really kind of, you know, grown over, you know, whatever the last years of your life, that's really going to be so important and key to building up this larger thing for yourself. And I think I really see you, I really just see you being somebody who does so much better than you ever imagined. And it's not like, okay, all of a sudden all this fell into your lap and now you're like very fortunate. You like won the lottery. Now you're rich. No, this has been work. And you have had to live a life already to get to this point. So you have the elements that you've needed for everything to come together. And you are becoming, this person of power in your own life, okay? A very kind of illuminated being. And now, I wanted to look at this one this way, because that the person on the bike now looks like a plane with the wheels here, but it looks like it's being driven by a chicken or a chick, some kind of bird, right? So I feel like we have this kind of, you're leaving on a jet plane, but, I almost feel like it's like a flightless bird that, has been grounded, but because they would not be stopped, they just could not live a life of limitation. They went out there and they built their own little plane, right? They got it together, figured out how to overcome some of the things standing in their way. And this is you, not just this bird. But I feel like you have just really decided for yourself, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm going to do the dang thing. And, I feel like there's like a lot of joy in your ability to not only like get into the flow, but to see that you are so capable. And it just seems like it comes easier to you because you're building the self-confidence. You have a larger understanding of things, and you're really just at your best when you're devoted to your creative pursuits. I think, you're just so activated, and that is obviously so important to get any of this stuff done. All right, so now we have kind of this face here that looks a little bit grumpy. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's right next to this, it looks like a cow head, probably a Taurus. So I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. What would a Taurus and a Pisces be like together? I feel like this would be like two complementary signs, but I almost kind of feel like not a lot would get done, because I feel like you both kind of get lost in different ways, like lost in, kind of getting things ready to do them, or having a lot of inspiration to do something, but it's just hard to get it completed, especially for a Taurus. So I feel like maybe this is like a work partner, or somebody you create with, maybe a good friend, family member, I don't know. But I feel like when you are around them, it's like a time suck. I think you're really good at talking about things, coming up with some ideas, like dreaming, but it's like it never becomes a reality between the two of you. So this might be somebody who continues to be like, you're two wonderful little think tank people, but I think that, if you're trying to actually get them involved, working with them or creating with them, that, you're going to need to you're going to need to get somebody who can be like in a management administrative kind of, like a Virgo, right? Or, I don't know, a Libra or something. But, I think there's frustration here. And I don't think it's like anger or resentment, but I just think that it ends up being kind of frustrating and kind of a letdown. I think that you expend a lot of energy in this dynamic, and then it's like you don't even want to continue to do the thing. So maybe something to avoid. Okay, and then I want to look at this one because it looks kind of like, let's see if we can get this up there without. It looks like a person with maybe a dress on, long hair, and they're holding up, it almost looks like a sword, or maybe shielding their eyes from the sun, now that I look at it more. And so, to me, what this says, don't stare at the sun. But definitely reserve your energies. Okay, when you can. This is, that sun is that, it can become chaos because you get so lifted from it. That energy, that solar energy, motivated, going, working hard. But you also need to retain some of your reserves, right? So sleeping on a regular schedule, making sure you have a healthy routine for you, whatever that looks like. You're eating well, you're eating enough. You're eating the right things that help you, your individual needs. Drinking enough water, fluids, whatever. Intentional movement. Okay, that's a big one. And also just having a respite here and there so that you can, you don't get burnt out, basically. And the other thing, especially if this is a creative place that you're in, I think it's always important to be encountering other kinds of media, reading books, studying things, going out into the world, experiencing interesting places, going to places that are beautiful, inspiring, making sure that you are interacting with the elements, water, earth, touching the ground, looking at the sky, breathing nice air. All of this is really important to any process that you're going to be engaged in. Okay, so we also have a person right here who is staring up, and it looks like we have, well, they look like stars to me, but I feel like I don't know what the alignments are right now, but I almost feel like this is like the big three, right? What is it? Jupiter, Mars, and what was it? Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, and not Venus. Venus is usually well, it could be Venus, though. I don't know. Go out there and look at the stars. Tell me what's out there, because I don't know. But I think that there is some kind of trinity that is important for you. This is a, kind of a power triplet. And if you know what that is, let me know. I'm not going to fool you and tell you I'm any kind of astronomy person. I do look at the stars. I do like to go out there and look, although I've been working so late that I have not been out at night lately. So unfortunately, hopefully, though, we will be on a better schedule for filming soon, and I will be filming in the days more, and so I can get to bed earlier, and I can also spend some time looking at that beautiful sky. I love we live out in a fairly rural area, and we don't have too much light pollution, And so very lucky to be able to witness the sky. And I always, like a child, get so excited when I see like those the satellites going across the sky, or a shooting star or whatever. So have to get back out there, but I'm interested. If you know what this is, let me know. I think that there are some messages in that beautiful, beautiful, vast unknown for you coming. Okay. All right. And now we're gonna look at the water blessings. Where are you? The cat's over there making weird noises. The water blessings affirmation cards. Okay, and so I'm just going to kind of pull these up here, and then I'm going to split the deck. Oh, I like this one. I haven't had this one. This week it seems like I've been having repeats a lot, but I have not. I like that beautiful little rainbow. It looks very tropical. Okay, it says integrity, honor, enjoy self-empowerment by fulfilling every promise. I like this. I like, my saying is, say what you mean what you say. That's one of my mantras, right? Or, you know, your word is your bond. So, you know, doing what you say you're going to do, you know, having resolve to, you know, complete your path, complete the things that you're doing, that you set out to finish, and so on. Oh, and here comes the cat. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye real quick before she comes over and jumps on me. So I want to thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm, and that really helps us get the channel to grow, gets the videos out to for more people and the recommends and stuff. So doing things like liking the video, sharing it on other social media platforms, watching the whole reading. What's the other stuff? If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell when you subscribe, and it will let you know when the next videos are coming out. Between now and the next, Pisces, you can watch your other placements, your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising, your Venus, and cross-watching, right? So now I'm confused about what cross-watching means, because I was told, and I kind of figured out too, just by reading people's comments and stuff on other pages or channels, is that cross-watching is when you watch for other people, like your husband, or, you know, your kids, or your mom or something. But I guess maybe cross-watching your other placements too. I don't know. Your own personal placements. So you're like watching your lunar instead of your solar. But I don't know. You can do listen, you can watch every single reading. I won't be mad at you. And if, you know, you find that you're missing me one day, just go back. There's tons of readings from the past as well. And they all, let me just say, they're all timeless. They begin when you activate them by watching them. So there will be no loss because it was filmed, you know, 3 months ago or something. But of course, you don't have to do any of these things. I just like to mention them. If you've gotten through the end part here, where I'm just kind of rambling about for a couple of minutes, you might be more inclined to support the channel. So other than that, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. I reply back to them all. It might take me a day or two, just because life is kind of, it's busy like it is for anybody else, and with school starting up, and oh my goodness. But thankfully, taking a little bit of a a day for myself. My birthday is in a couple days here, and I'm just still gonna film all my stuff, but I'm gonna sneak a nap in there somewhere. That's my promise to me. All right, I want to go ahead and thank you again, and we will talk in just a few days, Pisces. All right.